Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. So yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me. Hey, everybody. It's BitBoy Crypto here, home of the BitSquad. You may have noticed I lost a lot of weight and I'm much more attractive than normal. That's because I changed my diet and the bear market makes us all hungry. It's a lot of ramen. What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, well, thank you for having me on my own show. This is fantastic. I'm really excited about this right now. As you guys see, we've got, basically the cultural icon himself, Richard Hart, has taken over my job. I'm actually retiring. Today's my last day. And Richard Hart's going to be taking over on the show. It's going to be called Gucci Crypto is what it's going to be called now. So, Richard, what is going on, man?
Man, I got... everyone was like trolling me, like, Richard's never going to go to America.
I know!
Police are going to arrest him at the border. And I'm like, man, y'all are so stupid. I go to America whenever I want. So my mom, like, she texted me. She's like, hey, son, I'm in the hospital. I got, like, sepsis from a urinary tract infection. I'm like, what is that? Google it. 30-40% to die. I'm like, okay, well, let's go get on an airplane, fly out. And the antibiotics have got her sorted now. Thank God. Ma's okay.
That's
but
good,
I was
man.
like, you know what? Now that I'm here, put a TV on the wall, install some bidets. So if you go on my Instagram, there's a 30-minute video of me installing a bidet from start to finish. Open it up, read the manual and all that.
Yeah.
It works great. $100. If y'all don't know, go to your local Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever you got and install a bidet for $100. You're going to love it. It's really awesome.
Oh, let me tell you what I had this week.
Yeah.
I was in Canada. Stay at the Ritz. Pretty nice hotel. The toilet had a remote.
Yeah.
Had a remote. You had to press it to raise the seat, to raise the cover, flush it. You want the eco flush. Had a massager on it.
Yeah. Here's the problem I have with them. And them fancy hotels, half the time that remote don't work or it's got poop on it.
Oh.
And I'm just like, man, I don't want this remote, bro. This remote is messed up looking, man.
I always think the same thing. Like, you don't want to be touching all that stuff.
It happened to
that
me in
everybody
Czech
else
Republic, bro.
Yeah.
I went on TripAdvisor, got this good hotel. It was like Oriental looking in
Yeah.
Prague. Man, there was poop on the remote. You turn on the lights, everything was dirty as heck. I'm like, this hotel sucks, man. I went to the Four Seasons real quick.
Yeah.
Like, no, I ain't been in the Four Seasons in a while. I'm
Yeah.
all up in these real cheap hotels lately, bro.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody,
Bear market? Is that what's going on?
yeah.
Or, I mean, how do you afford the Gucci shorts if you're not staying in a Hampton Inn?
Well, here's the funny part, right? When you cross a national border and you're like, oh, so usually it is going to, if you're spicy, they're going to image your drive. So
Yeah.
you got to do nation state level endpoint security. I just didn't bring a laptop, man.
Yeah.
It's just my phone.
I don't ever bring
So
a
I ain't
laptop.
got nothing. I can't
Yeah.
log into nothing. I can't do nothing. I'm just pretty much just my credit cards and my cell phone. I can't post on YouTube. I can post on Twitter because I'm logged in. I can
Yeah.
post on Insta, but like YouTube, I can't do nothing,
Well, you're on YouTube right now.
Hey,
Look at
everybody.
this. This
How's
is a
it
giant
going?
audience that you have right now. So you went to an electronics store. How
Yeah.
much did you spend?
Oh,
Yeah, tell me
I
about
didn't
that.
get arrested.
They were almost right. They all said you were
Yep.
coming to America. You're getting arrested. You almost did.
Yep. I told everybody that I don't like America because it's too violent over here.
Yeah.
I've had too much stuff go down. I'm from South Florida. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, about 20 minutes north of Miami. I've
Nice.
seen a lot of
Me too.
bad things happen. You are?
Yeah,
That's
where I was
amazing.
born. Yeah.
Man, there's some bad stuff that happens down there. I've seen gunplay. I had to pull gun on people. You know what I mean? We had
Yeah.
Secret Service trying to stop people from doing credit card fraud at my electronics store. Used to put music in people's cars. And so people don't believe me. They're like, man, that sounds like a scam, bro. You just so we don't believe that because
Yeah.
they're from nice places where bad things don't happen. Man, I was in South Carolina and I went shopping in Best Buy 3 days. First day, I went and bought some memory cards, some scanners. Next day, I bought some tripods and some memory. And then the third day, I bought, the second day was TVs. Third day was scanners because they're doing this movie about
Yeah.
me. And we had to scan all my mom's photos for the movie, which is done, by the way. So they're selling it to Netflix, like basically in the next week. We'll see if they buy it. And so
I'm not sure you're interesting enough, Richard.
Oh, right.
Go
Hold
ahead.
up. Wait till I tell you the rest.
Oh.
So they like this lady that always had an attitude. I'm trying to be nice to her. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I do live streams. You do any live streams? She just didn't want to make eye contact. Seemed real unhappy looking lady. She called the police on me for shopping. The police came and detained me for shopping. My ID name matched my credit card name, matched my real name. I'm shopping on my normal credit card buying stuff. And this television I bought got shipped direct to my mom. Well, how am I going to do credit card fraud when y'all installing it at my mom's house? Because you got the same name. It don't make no sense, right? So I literally got detained by the police knew Yuta. So I was like, yeah, man, you just Google me. We don't have to have this conversation. I'm rumored to be a billionaire. Is that really me? I did everything to turn it off. My bad. Yeah, so like I just got detained by the police.
Yeah.
I was 60 hours in America, got detained by the police for shopping.
Wow.
I was like, and you know why that happens, by the way? Because people go do credit card fraud there.
Yeah.
And so because they don't use PIN numbers in this country, you could be at a restaurant, look at someone's numbers, and just use a card writer to write them to any card you want. And so, you know, because y'all don't use chip and PIN here, you could just write that data to any card you want and make fake cards. And so if you work at a restaurant, you could just scan somebody's card on your reader real quick. And so if they fixed billing in this country, which crypto fixes this billing problem. The reason law enforcement is so terrible here is because the criminals are so terrible here. The reason the cops got his unsnapped hand on a gun when he pulls you over is because sometimes he pulls someone over and they just start shooting straight. So when you live in countries where people are safer and nicer, the police is nicer. But when you live in a place where the criminals is real mean and doing a lot of crime, like America, you get the police is mean, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, hey, man, you're going to see me on BitBoy Crypto in a few days. He's like, I know BitBoy. I'm like, all right. Well,
all the cops know me.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so I don't, y'all, there's better places in the world. You do not have to get pulled over for shopping. You don't have to risk your life when you get pulled over.
Yeah.
In America, you get pulled over, man, you might get lit up. You might get beat down. You know, oh, I smell something. Oh, so I've got to wait 40 minutes for the dog now? Or they do this compound question. Hey, do you want me to let you off without a ticket, and can I search your car? Well, I want to say yes, but which one am I saying yes to? They use these tricks, man.
Yeah.
People don't realize how bad it is, man. Like, it's
Well, you know,
rough.
I got beat up by the cops one time.
Yep.
Yeah, true story. In jail when I was 19.
Oh, geez. There you go.
19. I was drunk, you know, in Miami Beach, and they put me in the jail cell, and two cops held me by both arms, and one just punched me in the stomach, threw me on the ground, kicked me until I couldn't take it anymore. That's what getting beaten up is, by the way. When you're getting physically assaulted to the point you cannot take anymore, and it just keeps coming. It was really bad. Why didn't I sue him? Well, my gosh, you can't sue the mafia. So
It'll mess you up more. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You ain't gonna change states.
No.
You put a suit on them. You and all your people start getting pulled over for all kinds of weird stuff. It's not, man. If you could go see how they do it in other countries, they really do it better. And the statistics show it.
There are plenty of good cops out there. Those are 3 cops that did that to me, and I don't want to lump everybody in. But Richard, let's talk real quick. Obviously, the markets are pumping today. Things are going insane. We got just a couple more minutes up here before we bring on Tom Crown to do some TA. I want to know just real quickly, like, what's going on with Pulse Chain? I know that there's been some delays on it. A lot of people are asking questions.
There ain't never been no.
There's
delays.
never been a delay. Well,
there's never been a
I'm just
delay.
going by what the people say.
I know, because they stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, listen. I told y'all
we call it low IQ on the channel.
I told y'all I ain't never given a good time estimate on software in my life, and no one ever does. Everyone's always late every time because you have unknown unknowns. You can't predict how long it's going to take till you get closer and discover what the bugs are. One time, I made the mistake of saying some of my devs said we could launch in mid-May because they thought we could, but they weren't my best devs. Then my best devs looked at it and were like, no, we got to fix this, 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 and this. And then I should have just never told y'all what my devs told me. Like, I should have just kept it quiet, because then there wouldn't have been no, quote, delays, because there was never a time frame. It's done when it's done, you know? Look, when Hex came out, it's 100% perfect flawless operation for years now. 1,000 days, went up 10,000x in price. Everything else has failed all around it. It's been paying interest regular for 1,000 days. It took a year extra beyond what we thought, because to get it right, you know? And y'all listen. And when he said that I was an interesting dude, I'm going to hit it real quick. Y'all should listen, because I own the world's biggest diamond. I own $10 million of watches. I own $3 million of cars. I twerk like a demon. They're making a movie about me. I called the top on the day. I called the 65K top, and it had been in profit every single day for a year and a half, except one day, the Judas candle, where we made a 6% higher high from 65 to 69 and went straight down.
Yeah.
Everyone else said it was going to 100K. I called it right. I told you to pull your coins from Luna. I told you to pull your coins from Celsius directly. I mean, I can't do anything more for everybody, man. It's
what
like,
they're asking for is before we wrap, we definitely need to see a
I think it's a dead cat bounce. I think we're going to 11K. I think there's a 33% discount on Grayscale Bitcoin. They own 3% of all Bitcoin. I think the Mt. Gox coins are going to come out. I think the 70,000 seized from the Finex hacker could be sold by the DOJ instead of given to Finex. We'll see how it works out. And I think
they're not giving that back.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I think that Ross Ulbricht's got some coins that are going to get sold too, but I don't know how many there are. Could be 300,000. Could be 50,000. I got to look into it. So as long as that Grayscale discount is there, you're telling me that Wall Street ain't going to take a free 50% profit buying that at a third discount when it usually trades at a 20% premium?
Yeah.
That I'm telling you, this is all dead cat bounces until that discount goes away.
You said you think it's going to 11,000?
I do. I do.
Yeah. I mean, we've said 10 to 14.
And it could go deeper.
And here's the thing, you get the markets going up today and people pumping, people excited. Ethereum's at $1,900. And look, I think there is a chance that, we see the ETH merge maybe cause a separation from Bitcoin and Ethereum for a little bit.
Hope so.
But, what would you say to somebody right now that's looking at the prices and they're saying, man, things are going up right now. It's exciting. I need to go in right now. Like, what would you say to them?
Look, man, go look back at the chart. How many other bounces you seen?
Yeah.
We bounced at,
They get excited every time.
40. We bounced at 30. Look, you are not, in my opinion, until grayscale discount goes away and until all these dudes that bought JPEGs get washed out. If you bought $1 million JPEG, I need to see that go real close to zero. I want to see Michael Saylor start sweating and biting his teeth, right?
Yeah.
He took on leverage. That's how smart people go broke. Ladies, liquor, and leverage. I told him. This other dude, Raul Paul, he says, I'm irresponsibly long Ethereum. It's the biggest position of my life. I'm like, bro, you're going to get ladies, liquor, and leverage. Stop, man. I was right. He was wrong. His options all expired valueless.
Yeah.
Price went straight down. He's like, my 1 year time frame. I'll see you in a year, bro. You got wrecked, right? I called it right. Everyone else called it wrong. And until these dudes all get washed out, 3 Arrows Capital, bankrupt.
Yeah.
Celsius, bankrupt.
Voyager.
What's his Voyager? Who
Terra,
else?
Duck One.
Luna.
Yeah.
And you know who else lost a little money? El Salvador lost money. Saylor lost $1 billion.
That was always a bad idea. El Salvador's always been a bad idea. It drives me crazy. Like, oh yes, let's let people in a third world country spend an appreciating asset. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yep. And I'll tell you another thing, man. That Michael Saylor, he's so stupid. When he buys, he wants to push the price up against himself. He's like a noob. He's like, man, look how much more it's worth. No, it's only worth that because you pushed it up like that. And now, if you went to sell it, it would be lower. So when you're the guy that's actually pushing the price isn't actually the price. The price is after your slippage.
Yeah.
So when you got a big billion and you pushing the price up, you got to look at the liquidity on the bid side. And when you go to sell, are you pushing it back lower than your entry? Well, then you're negative. You lost your money. You got to see the price when you actually when you get out of your position.
Yeah.
If you push the price up on yourself, you didn't actually make no money. He's stupid. He loves to just him and the dude in El Salvador president is just market buying on Coinbase. Like, bro, anyone could get better order execution than that.
All right. So I just want one more question for you.
Yeah.
Look, I like you a lot.
Oh, Pulse Chain. Nobody even knows what it does.
Pulse Chain?
Largest free airdrop in the world. Go use your coins right now. You like gaming? You like gaming on the blockchain?
I'm not a nerd, but go ahead.
Oh, please. Man. I've seen your office, dog. You got 1,000 computers.
Oh, come on. They're my people.
Go on pulsechain.com. Go play with your coins on a testnet. If you had coins on Ethereum 6 months ago, 8 months ago, they're all sitting there for free. You could go trade, see if you can get rich and not get wrecked.
Yeah.
It's all pretend right now. But those are your coins that you love with your keys. You ain't got to sign up. Ain't no KYC, AML, none of that stuff. It's just free. It's just there. And one day that'll be real. And that'll be the largest airdrop in the world. We're just waiting for it.
Well, so Pulse Chain, I know a lot of people have questions about that. So thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, obviously, we've got a good relationship. I've always tried to be fair to you. And, there's a lot. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And there's always been people out there that have been really strong haters, said you're a scammer, said everything's a scam. I mean, you guys see CNBC put out an article today or a video today. It wasn't too bad about me, but, like people, they love to throw us under the bus.
Yes, sir.
For me, it's a little bit of a different way than you. What do you think the biggest misperception about you is?
I mean, it's like, how is someone going to be a scammer with no victims for decades?
Yeah.
I've been at my car stereo store. You got a great deal, great product. I came back here and talking to my friends, and they're like, yeah, my friend still got that car with that system in it. Still sounds great.
Yeah.
15 years later. No, 20 years later. This has been 2002, 2001. So every single business I've ever been in, I've given everyone a great deal because that's how you win. That's how you do good business. You give better price, better performance, better warranty, better service, better everything, right? And my cryptos is the same way. We went up 10,000x in price in 623 days. That's 1.7 years before staking. If you staked, you made a third more to 2x more, depending on how long you staked. 100% uptime. Google went down. Hex.com's never been down. Microsoft went down globally. Hex.com's never been down. Bitcoin.org was put a hack on the main website. Hex never been down. So we got perfect, flawless operation while everything else is failing all around us. This calling the top on the day is just extra bonus. This is just something I do as a hobby for fun. So, like, if you're going to call someone a scammer and you ain't got no evidence, you the scammer.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. That drives me insane. Is that they just throw out this word, and people may not know this. The word scammer or the word scam is not litigious. You cannot sue someone over calling someone a scammer, somebody a scammer. And that's why people just continue to do it, because there's no accountability to people saying things with accusations. That's why I've never said anything bad about you, because there's no evidence. You know, there's no, people can make conjecture and they can say, you know, the ETH got sent here or whatever, but it's all conjecture at this
That's what I
point.
think's funny.
Yeah.
Ethereum, you could have bought 2,000 Ethereum for 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Now you can buy like 14 Ethereum for 1 Bitcoin. Where did Bitcoin go? But nobody asked. Where did Bitcoin go? Everyone was cool with that. The Ethereum Foundation got a lot of Bitcoin. Everybody's cool with
They
it.
sold
No
a lot
problems.
of Ethereum recently too.
You know, they used to have something like 1 million Ethereum.
Yeah.
Now they've only got like 40,000 Ethereum.
Yeah,
or
they sold. I
something.
think they sold 98% of it.
They sold 95.5% of their stack
Yeah.
over time. Now, what's that do? Just pushes the price down. Vitalik sold the 5K top, sent $50 million worth to Coinbase, and he convinced the foundation to sell too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna put a watcher on Vitalik's addresses next time. I thought it was a small part of a stack. He had 300,000 coins. He only sold like 50 mil worth, not much. It was 50 mil of a billion is like 0.5% or whatever, or 5%. He didn't sell that much. But you know what? It was 26 days after the top, just like last cycle. So I predicted it. I called it. But I should have been stronger about it. I should have been like, look, Vitalik sold, but now he's going to tell his boys to sell because he sold first. I'm telling you, next time you see Vitalik sell, think real hard about selling.
I think that's great advice. I believe that's definitely something to watch. Richard, thanks for coming on. I'm going to finish the show, and then we're going to get lunch after. We're going to concert tonight.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
See y'all, everybody.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you, man.
All right, that was so fun. I love Richard. I do. I love Richard. I have a man crush on Richard. I have. Oh gosh, my wife's right out there. So let's. Oh no, no. I don't know if I'm into that. Okay. All right, guys. Let's real quick. Let's check out the numbers. Man, that was so fun. Let's check out the numbers here, real quick, and then we'll bring Tom on. Is Tom still on?
Tom is in the wings.
Okay. All right. We got just check the numbers real quick. 20,541, 507 exchanges. We got $1.15 trillion in market cap. I think wasn't it?
Oh, look at that. ETH hit 20%.
Yeah. Wasn't it 1.2 yesterday?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I thought so. Oh, it was 1.2 on CoinGecko, which adds Hexen. That's probably why it pushed up. 24-hour volume, 90 billion, so that is up. Bitcoin dominance, 40.3%. I was trying to tell you guys that we're not going to see this dominance go out of control. ETH is now, I believe, within, what was it, 0.5 percentage point of hitting a cycle high for the last 4 years. So ETH is going out of control right now. And the Gwei, pretty low. So you got 14.5 per Gwei. It's going to send you an ETH transaction. We've got Bitcoin coming in, 24,340. ETH at 1892 is above 1,900 this morning. Absolutely phenomenal. Binance coin crushing it right now. 326. XRP and Cardano up a little bit. Solana up. There you go. So let's go ahead. Let's bring Tom on real quick to talk TA. Oops. Oh, wait. It's this.
I think it's both.
I'm going to wear this. Hey, BJ, can you come clip me in a second? After you can do that. Just come clip me. Tom, what's up?
I've been bamboozled.
You've been bamboozled,
Richard
man.
Hart was on. I had no idea.
Yeah, man.
No
Tricky
idea.
Dicky came on the show,
That's
man.
wild,
Where were you at?
That's awesome. I was behind the scenes listening.
Yeah. Cool, man. Like,
how do you follow that up, man?
You can't,
That's
man.
awesome.
You're dead meat right now, Tom.
So, chart, it can go up or down. That's about
I got a question for you, Tom.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you in your bathroom right now?
This is a big bathroom.
Yeah,
with lots
the
of
echo
windows.
is insane.
You
Oh,
have the
is
right
it?
mic on? Maybe I have the wrong mic selected. Nothing like technical
Yeah, let me
difficulties.
double check.
Yeah, just double check. It's fine, though. It doesn't sound that bad to me.
No, it's usable.
Yeah.
It just sounds like you're in a bathroom.
Well, that's what he does. He has his mic coming out of his right next to his little toilet. And
Makes
then he just
sense.
gets on here
You
and
know,
he's got to go. And
Everybody knows they do their best crypto research sitting on the toilet.
Is that
we always
better?
have. Yeah,
Much better.
That's better. All right, Tom, let's
Yep.
get into it. What you got?
Holy heck. I'm very bullish on bidets, by the way. So I'll make it quick because we're deep into the episode. Throw up some charts, man.
Okay.
Let's go. So let's take a look at 3-month chart. Last time I was on, I said, hey, our 3-month closed above the previous all-time high. That's like as good as we can get right now. You know, we're going to have to take that because we don't have much that looks good.
Yeah.
That's still the condition. I'm looking up a little higher for the 2021 open at 29,000 just about. I'm thinking in the short term, kind of midterm price action wise. And looking at the dollar, if we see the quarterly on the dollar, that rate hike last month really sent the dollar into a pretty ugly formation on, say, the daily and weekly time frames. You can see that quarterly. it has 2 months to go. It could definitely not close that way. It could look good, but at the moment, the dollar is showing some weakness. So I'm hoping that backs up the rally in equities that I'm waiting for. Zooming in a little more into Bitcoin on the monthly. We've held that support, the previous all-time high. And what I don't like and I do like about this chart is we have pretty much a gap above us and below us here. So this red box here, all the way up to about 29, very little traded volume there. Unfortunately, below us at about under 17.5 to that 13.8-ish number, we have the same thing. We have a void of volume above us and a void of volume below us. And that can set us up for some real volatility. What I'm praying is that we hold on to this 20 weekly moving average and we continue to see slow progressive upside. I really do think 29 is where we're going to decide where we're going for the rest of the year. Going into shorter time frames, I've seen a little weakness on the lower time frames in the hourly, the 12-hour. I'm looking maybe for a back test of 23.8, maybe today, possibly into tomorrow. But I'm really confident that we're going to make our way at least up here into the 25,000 area, if not just to liquidate late shorts, stop out some longs, etc. So things are looking pretty good. He talked about Ethereum. Ethereum's looking boss. I was looking for 1,700 for a few weeks. We reached it last week. We're still moving. I'm looking for about 2,100 on Ethereum, and I would say probably the next week, not too long or too far out. I have two kind of fun charts I brought for you. Just shooting them quick. So Bitcoin Euro. This one I've been watching and I find really fascinating because it has a lot less chop than Bitcoin USD. You can see those lows last year line up pretty perfectly with the low in May. And you can see price action is now sneaking back up on that. So that would be the equivalent in dollars of like the 28K area. Kind of lines up with where I'm looking for a retrace on the dollar pair. This is just interesting. I'm not saying necessarily trade by it, but if we see BTC Euro break out of 24,000, I'm going to be expecting some upside in the other pairs as well.
Yeah.
You brought it up. This is my kind of fun chart. BNB BTC.
Oh, it's not soybeans.
Oh, it's better than soybeans. BNB BTC, man. I can name on one hand how many coins have gained against Bitcoin since, I don't know, 2020. BNB being one of the few, and last week in price discovery at new highs. Doing a little pulling back, it seems, in this week. I could see a back test of the previous high support, but BNB kind of separating itself from the pack here, and I'm loving to see it. It's great to just have some kind of change. Red all day, every day gets a little boring. I'm in for a little green action. Let's get a little excited.
While I've got you guys both here, I want to ask a quick question about timing, right? We've got the merge potentially coming 4 to 6-ish weeks away, assuming it doesn't get pushed again. We've also got another Fed meeting in September. Do you think we could get up to that 28-30 range and then see a lot of volatility around that September point?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the reasons that markets are doing a little bit better is simply because we're not having an FOMC meeting. We're not getting a hike this month. CPI came in a little lower. They're blaming that on energy, but I think that's where we're seeing the bump in the market. And that's a pretty logical place. If they come in really hawkish in September, we could see that all reverse very quickly. That'd line up pretty well with like a dead cat bounce scenario. Fingers crossed that's not what's happening, but who knows?
Well, if fingers crossed, we all go back up. But I mean, I would actually say, I think it lends better to kind of just follow along with what the cycles have done traditionally. That gives us continuing baseline foundation to actually predict what's going to happen, as opposed to, we get things very uncharacteristic. But I do think that when you look at Ethereum with the merge, and this is something we've been talking about for months and months and months, this is the chance that Ethereum has to break away from Bitcoin, to finally start moving on its own, and then we might see some other coins having their own direction instead of, master Bitcoin, whatever you do, we'll do the same thing. I mean, at some point, and I think you're seeing the dominance right now, the fact it's 40% in a bear market. It is almost Bitcoin
uncharacteristic.
It's within, I believe, 1% of hitting the low for this entire last 4 years. Bitcoin dominance.
It's
39.7. It's crazy when it's supposed to be going up, right? So
it's supposed to be going up.
The thing is, is this really the time that we're seeing the separation? I think you got to start wondering it. So, Tom, thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for sharing the chart. Thanks for hanging on with us a little bit longer.
Can I get one thing with you?
Yeah.
Richard Hart said it. When it comes to developers and timelines, don't ever depend on them.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. There's no backsies, right? So I've always been in the camp of like, you know, when it comes, I'll be ready. Don't like bet on a date because it's gonna mix you up. But thanks guys for having me. If you're out there, give me a follow, Tom Crown on YouTube.
Put Tom Crown's
content
link in the chat there,
Always.
DJ.
And I love the BitSquad.
All right, man. We'll catch you later, Tom.
Great to have you guys. Thanks, man.
Bye. Look, do we have time for TIk Talks? We skip it.
We could. I mean, we have plenty of time. We can do
Okay.
it. It's our own show. We can do whatever we want.
Our own show.
But we can skip it. I don't know what they are. Did you pick them?
Me? No. Yeah. Let's see him. Let's check him out. I'm trying to figure out if I need to keep this in or not.
Yeah. Let's do
Let's go. Let's run it. Let's run TIk Talks.
It's coming.
TIk Talks. Zoom me out. I'm too close.
What up, gang? I'm gonna step aside and just let you read this. Bank of England, 100 days left to use paper 20 and 50 pound banknotes. Bank of England will be withdrawing legal tender status of paper pound 20 and 50 banknotes after September 30th, 2022. If you did not think or thought that digital currency was about to basically, the transition is happening right now before your eyes, like I've been saying to you guys for several months now.
All right, you can pause that. We'll skip through it a little bit. Guys, this is a true story. I think they said they're getting rid of 20s and 50s or something like that. Or maybe that was a different video I saw. But the point is they're going to be rolling out. Guys, we are moving to the world of digital. We're moving away from the physical. Look, guys, we might have a pandemic caused by paper money, right? Maybe. They say paper money is the dirtiest thing out there, right? You know what they say?
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess Richard's going to find the show. What is this? What is that?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. You know what? It's really funny when they make these little memes. If you don't know the Bogdanov twins, which I think they both died, right?
They did. That's what I heard.
Both died within a few days of each other. Very sad. He sold it. And do you remember what was it? Sminim?
Yeah.
Sminim. That was the peak of crypto meme culture for sure. If you don't know Sminim, go check him out. I think it was SMINEM. And he battled with the Bogdanov twins in the Matrix. And you guys should go check that out. All right, next one.
Also, a 1 year sub from T Salty in the basement. That's pretty legit.
Boom. Love that. Thank you. T Salty. Oh, I met T Salty.
Breaking news, inflation has peaked and is finally coming down. I'm going to explain to you why, what you should watch next, and at the end, what the markets will do. Inflation dropped mainly due to oil and gas prices cooling down in July. Going forward, you need to monitor the Fed CME tool as we want the 75 basis point hike probability to drop below 40%. I expect the markets to be volatile and sideways for the rest of August in preparation for the next 3 major events that you need to be aware of. Jobs report on September 2nd, the final CPI report on September 14th, before the Fed decision on September 21st. But don't worry, I'll always keep you updated on what happens next, so make sure to follow me to stay tuned.
That guy does pretty good videos. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
I would say, look, here's the thing when it comes to all this stuff. What we've seen over the last, I don't know, couple months is in general, the market is doing kind of the opposite of what you expect it to do, right? You get, well, the CPI numbers, hey, they weren't great. They were down, so market went up. But we saw the, it's not the CPI. What was the number that came out? Recently?
Jobs?
No, it wasn't jobs. What's the other one? It's when the Fed did the hike.
Oh.
The Fed did the hike, and they hiked it, and the prices went up, right? We've been seeing the hikes, the prices go down. We've been seeing the Fed minutes. When they come out, prices go down. The last couple of times, they've gone up. And what does this mean? This is what people mean when they talk about things being baked in. All of a sudden, all this negativity is baked into the market. And so when you start seeing things positive now, people are surprised and it starts to move the opposite direction. But I just want to caution everybody, like very, very importantly, this does not mean bear market is over. If you talk to the majority of people, if you look at the traditional markets, it does not look like this is the bottom yet. Crypto, things are moving. Ethereum, maybe we see something new. We see an unprecedented move from Ethereum because of the merge. But you know what can easily happen? The foundation comes out and says, oh, we delayed it to January. And they know it's going to happen. Going to go way down. And just like we were talking about with developers being late, never being reliable on time, definitely this is the kind of thing where, Ethereum developers have never been on time. They've already delayed this like 6 times. And so the fact that it could get delayed again, which I've told you guys for a while, actually a good thing, because we move towards the bottom of a market, then we can start looking at things going up. And then when positive things happen, they're good. When positive things happen in the bear market, in the thick of the bear market, what effect does it have? What effect? Everybody's happy Bitcoin's at 24K. Ethereum's at 1900, big pump. It's pretty good for Ethereum. But, most of y'all bought at 4,000. So let's keep that in perspective. All right, guys, let's move on here. Where are we moving on to?
I do think it aligns well. All that stuff in September, aligns well with the dead cat bounce, lines up with the Bitcoin timeline, the midterms in November, all that stuff, lines up for one more big crashy event before we get going.
Yeah, for sure. I think we are going to see that at some point, but like this here, the crypto community is not yet behind the recent market rebound, according to analytics firm Sentiment. Why is this not? There we go. Social metrics indicate the crypto community is embracing the latest market rebound. According to Sentiment also notes Bitcoin spent most of 2022 tightly correlated with the S&P, but has fallen behind the stock index's recovery. The firm says decoupling has historically been bullish for Bitcoin. I thought everything's the same all the time. Just invest in stocks. It's the same thing. That's what they'll tell you. They are wrong. Guys, also, don't forget to smash the like button. Number one thing you do as a member of the BitSquad to help out the channel, get more people to see this, especially if you're in the Hex community. You guys are Pulse Chain. You enjoyed seeing Richard Hart. Make sure to smash that like button.
We didn't do the twerk off.
The twerk
to do
I'm
that.
not twerking.
You're not twerking?
I'm not twerking, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Man,
Can't.
that's all I got right there. That's it.
That's it?
That's quick. That's a quick twerk. I want a real twerk. It's a fake twerk. I don't know if I don't know if our cameras are aimed at the right spot.
I've seen you twerk before. I know you can.
You ever throw some dollars at it? You know what my youngest son said? My little kid,
who
Blake.
knows?
He's 7. He said, "Daddy, are girls who twerk gold diggers?" Oh, God. He's 7. He's 7. I said, "Son, how do you know what a gold digger is?"
I was going to say, he's been listening to too much Kanye.
We might listen to a little Kanye in the car. You know what I'm saying? It was a funny, because he asked us so serious. It was just me and him in the car. He really wanted to know.
Well,
Are girls who twerk gold diggers?
that's what's so funny is he's probably been thinking about that for like a week before you actually
Man, I had to explain to him, like, son, your mom's not a gold digger. It may look like she is right now, but when you were young, we were poor. So, anyways, just kidding. We lived in an RV when we got married for first 6 months. My wife shampoo froze in an RV. That's
parents?
where we came from 13 years ago. What's that?
Parents did an RV or a trailer basically 5 years.
Yeah.
When they first started.
5 years?
5 years.
Whew, man.
Yeah.
It was a long time. But we did it 6 months. We were done.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why I still do not go camping to this day. Okay. We got this. Ancient crypto whales return to accumulating cryptocurrencies. Here's why. Let's see. According to the average dormancy rate on Bitcoin network, long-term hodlers on the blockchain increased their activity and started to actively accumulate, following the spike to 24,500. Unfortunately, it's too early to tell if the market bounced already or not, considering the previous price performance of the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is still down by almost 65% from the all-time high and moving far below the downtrend trend line. Additionally, markets seem euphoric after the release of the positive CPI data that may signal the peak of inflation in the U.S., which is going to lead to a soft landing and the easing of monetary policy.
I wish.
Good.
No, I just wish they would say less negative because it's not like they're positive.
Yeah. I know it's 8.5%.
Exactly.
18 months ago, 2%. So here's the thing. I'll just keep this in your brain, guys. Keep this in your brain. The CPI numbers, the Fed hikes, like these are great, right? I mean, they're big events, not great, obviously. But what we've been seeing with these rate hikes, we've been talking about when does the return of quantitative easing come? Money printing, right? But what no one is talking about is what's the timeline? When can we project to see the rates start to come down? When is that? That's something to keep in mind. It's not like we just turn on quantitative easing and everything's great. The market's going to be really moving and doing great when they actually start lowering again. Because if they raise all this all the way to 4%, which some people are projecting, 4% is a number that we cannot sustain for a long time. No one will be able to buy houses. Down payments will be insane for people because that means they're getting about an 8% interest rate on their mortgages. Carver Coin says, you think we'll have ETH wars similar to the Bitcoin hash wars? No. I spoke this week at Futures. I was at Futures in Canada. Shout out to the Futures Conference and all the Toronto BitSquad members who came jam-packed to come, hear me talk. We did Q&A, took pictures. Always love that. Love all the BitSquad. Love all the audience. You guys definitely always show up for everywhere. But what I would say is, with that question, is that we're not, I talked about this on stage. We're not going to see ETH wars. Like, this is dumb. Yeah. Guys, we have a proof of work Ethereum. It's called Ethereum Classic. It exists. And guess what? Nobody does anything with it. Charles Hoskinson tried to keep it alive. It's nothing more than a meme coin at this point. So no, there is such a tiny, you know who's going to go to proof of work Ethereum? You know who's going to go? The miners. Because that's literally all they got. Nobody else is going to like it. Nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to care.
And we covered it a decent amount on this channel about why ETH proof of work is basically unviable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think you'll see some noise around it, but the actual effect won't be anything close to what was happening with the Bitcoin hash wars, in my opinion. People will make you think that way, and it might, again, it's not enough people to really make a dramatic impact, in my opinion.
Yeah. Abhishek Majumdar says, do we need to move ETH from hardware wallet to exchange after merge? How will tokens will work after merge? We've talked about this before in the past. We haven't covered this recently. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
This is not something where you have to manually change your tokens over.
They've been slowly updating. Yeah. This is part of why ETH proof of work wouldn't work. They'd have to go back and hard fork like the last 4 updates for Ethereum. And that's been slowly baking all this stuff into ETH to make this transition easy. So, no. Perfect.
Wealth managers and VCs are helping drive institutional crypto adoption, Wave financial execs. Speaking to Cointelelie at the Blockchain Futures Conference in Toronto on Wednesday. Wow, I was there right there. Wave Financial's head of business development, Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Said institutional investment in crypto should be driven by the high end of wealth management firms, including Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch. Hey, let me tell you who needs to be in control of crypto investments. The banks. We need that. We need them institutions. Shut up, Mike Jones. Look, back then, how's this song go? Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. That's a different Mike Jones. No hoes want this Mike Jones. I'll tell you, this is a bad guy. I don't like this guy. This guy's telling you, we need the banks. Banks, come on in. Shut up. I don't like this guy. Get him out of here. He definitely put your phone number on a song, Mike Jones. I'd like to call you. All right. There's Futures Conference. It was a nice venue, dude. I really, really like this venue.
Is it the same place they did before? Like it's kind of like
I think
event space normally?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the water?
On the water. It's
it was
sick.
really cool.
Yeah.
1.7 miles. Took my Uber an hour to get there. Toronto traffic is the worst. Still tipping? Yeah, still tipping. That's right. Mike Jones, Paul Wall. All right. Ethereum records a double-digit gain in 24 hours after adding 25 billion to its market cap. This is just, moving up the moving up on the merge news. Guys, I may seem a little frantic. I literally just got into the studio as the show started. So if you guys know that, I didn't have any time to get in here to prepare. So I know. Guys, I'm not spun, okay? I literally have got an energy drink. I flew out at 7:30 this morning. My flight did not actually leave the airport until 8:53. I fell asleep. I thought we were landing. I looked over at Justin Williams. I was like, did we just land? And then I looked out and the plane started going fast. I said, oh, we're just taking off. I thought I'd slept through the whole flight. So anyways, it was very frantic getting here. We were late. It sucked. So, shout out to Delta for being late as always from Toronto. But anyway, so that's why, things are a little spastic today. We had special guests in here. So, all right. Billionaire Mike Novogratz said Ethereum's comeback is not over yet. Here's his target. What is Mike Novogratz saying? He's saying it possesses upside potential even after surging by over 90%. The Galaxy Digital founder, however, said Ethereum is unlikely to appreciate on the scale of last year's bull rally when it hit an all-time high of nearly $5,000 or the 2017 bull run, when it hit $1,500. Of course,
he's getting we covered it just the other day. He said basically the same thing we think, that it's a dead cut bounce. He said he thinks Bitcoin will close the year around 30K, which was interesting.
That's interesting. I think that's possible.
I know. I tend to agree with him. That's what was so
I think
weird.
probably 20. I think probably 23, 24 is what
Well, I think that's what he said. Between 20 and 30 is his actual quote.
Yeah, definitely. I don't.
Which was strange because he was also the guy we were making fun of in the bull run for saying it was going to go well past 500K.
Yeah.
So he's definitely dialed in his messaging recently.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, this is another one of those guys, right? Like, he hasn't really been right about much. None of us have. You know, the market's been very unpredictable. And, you know, when you have people like Tim Draper, Mike Novogratz, they're heavy invested in all this stuff, you know, they want to see it go up. You get a hint of realism with some of their predictions or some of the stuff. You're just like, what are you guys saying? But you really say about anybody that makes predictions in crypto, nobody's going to be right 100% of the time. What you need to do is track what they're doing. Watch what Tim Draper is doing. Watch what Mike Novogratz is doing. Watch what these people are doing and what they're investing in. Look what Vitalik's doing. And that'd be the best indicator of what's really happening. SEC subpoenas Coinbase over staking and yield products. Man, this has turned really ugly in between SEC and Coinbase. The probe will be another thorn in Coinbase's side, which is rumored to be facing an investigation over the listing of certain assets. Staking and yield generating are two means that many platforms use to allow users to earn more from their holdings. As for the SEC, it became clear that the regulator is not going to take its foot off the pedal. A staff member from Cynthia Lummis's office said that the SEC was investigating every U.S. crypto exchange. And I'll tell you this, just moving to staking here real quick. You guys know we've been talking about, like, I don't trust any third-party staking at all. Staking on-chain is fine, which, by the way, we got our Bit pool with our Cardano staking pool running well. There could be some more options for staking coming out in the future that are not technically on-chain, but they are. So we may be talking more about that. It's basically a way that you can stake on the node layer of the chain. So something interesting, there's a project working on a lot of that. I talked to the guy this week when I was at Futurist, because we're looking for options. I mean, you want to be able to send people to safe places where they're not going to, you know, risk their crypto. Because we will never suggest people do that again for staking on centralized platforms.
Well, that was one interesting thing on the staking level. I think you saw this. I don't remember if you were here or not when we covered it. But basically, you know who's going to be the biggest winner in Q4 is going to be Coinbase, because they've got all that Ethereum that they get to actually stake on chain.
Maybe Q1.
Well, no, it depends. If it goes the way it's supposed to right now. But the other thing that's interesting, obviously, beyond ARK, Coinbase or Vanguard, BlackRock, owners of Coinbase, you see a coordinated attack to take down all other yield providers. Now they're going to make it the most for them. So interesting.
Right. Yeah, lots of to watch. BlackRock launches spot Bitcoin private trust after Coinbase partnership. Once again, BlackRock sucks. I hate everything they do. Had an interesting conversation. Maybe I mentioned this on Monday's show. Had an interesting conversation with someone Sunday about a potential bill to stop BlackRock from doing what they're doing. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on that if I hear any more about it. But you know what? It's just one of these things where at least people are starting to look at options. People are realizing this is out of control and BlackRock has to be stopped. If they're not stopped, if they're to the point now where no one can stop them, great reset's coming. There's no question about it. Why would they not just keep doing this until they control literally everything? That's what they're trying to do.
And they're doing it pretty well.
And this guy right here, Larry Fink, Satan himself. This is Satan right here. Look at his face. There he is. You can see the reptilian skin coming out a little bit. Maybe right there, maybe right there. Okay, moving on here. I didn't care about that story because it sucks. As CryptoPunks NFT owners get commercial rights. Oh, we got commercial rights now? Is that happening?
I guess.
Is that for real? Yuga hopes to secure their legacy as artwork. Noah Davis, who joined the auction from Christie's, tells Decrypt that Yuga Labs plans for the influential Ethereum NFT project. CryptoPunks are iconic in the crypto world, and the project spurred countless imitators as it popularized tokenized NFT profile pictures. But with a new owner in the form of Bored Ape Yacht Club creator Yuga Labs, we're starting to get a sense of how the new steward plans to create the utility of the Ethereum NFTs and push the brand forward. It says here, last day in office, you'll mostly unpolished, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, I'm trying to look if there's anything they're actually saying here that's not just random. Alongside the acquisition, Labs announced that Web3 startup will grant full commercialization rights, CryptoPunk holders, enabling them to create projects and derivative-based products. And I tell you what, looking at how to brand your NFTs is definitely something that we are looking into here, that we are checking out. We think that is going to be something in the future that, I don't know, there might be an NFT platform coming out soon. You might be able to brand through it, some stuff that people are looking at. Because you see what Snoop Dogg's done with his, right? Snoop Dogg with his Bored Ape has turned it into something absolutely explosive. People are buying merch off of it, all kinds of stuff. So people want to know how to do that. And I've had some interesting conversations about people that basically they want to do maybe there's a show and maybe some of the NFTs get to be part of the show or something like that. And you basically, if you own that NFT, they like that one in the show, then they would pay you for that. And the show would make money and you have an NFT character in there and things like that. So there are a lot of different options. People are looking at selling products with NFT, branded NFT products, whatever it might be. If you got an NFT, like let's say my CryptoPunk, for instance. My CryptoPunk has an eye patch, right? Well, what if I want to sell eye patches and put my CryptoPunk on the eye patch? I'm probably not going to do that. I don't know why I would sell eye patches.
There he is.
What's that?
There he is.
I had an eye patch when I was a kid. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
I
that.
sure did. I had a lazy eye when I was a kid.
Interesting.
Had a lazy eye. I think I got surgery on it when I was very young. I think I was 5. I got surgery. And, luckily in my situation, everybody isn't fortunate enough for this, but it fixed it. So I did wear an eye patch for a long time. ARG, Pirate Chain. So I remember I was very embarrassed to wear that thing around. But, wasn't too long I had to wear it. So, kind of ironic. Now I've got the CryptoPunk, that's going down in value. Maybe it'll go back up one day. All right. Let's move on here. Roblox losses blow out by millions. Are they investing in metaverse tech? For the last 3 months, ending in June, Roblox's losses came in at $176 million. This figure has increased by 25.91% from last year's quarterly loss, $140 million. We're very much in investment mode, and that's going to put a little bit of a drag on earnings. But these are investments that are the right investments for us to make. They will pay off in a 3 to 5 year time frame.
Sounds like crypto.
Roblox have long been partnering up with a commercial partner such as Gucci, whereby big brands create experiences for Roblox fans in their own branded worlds. They've even paired up with Spotify for a music world. It all seems metaverse-ish. But Mark Cuban said there's no metaverse. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah. What he means is he doesn't own any metaverse tokens. That's what that means. When you hear statements like that, you have to read between the lines.
Yeah. Well, I think when you look at the companies that are buying land in metaverses for advertising, guys, this is coming.
Yeah.
This is this is coming. If you can't see that this is coming, you are also so low IQ that even if you heard about crypto, you couldn't see it coming either.
Well, yeah.
It's
Probably
coming.
it's a lot of people.
Well, I'm sorry, you're all low IQ. Every person that watches this, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was too harsh. Everybody that watches this channel is high IQ, except for the people that say low IQ stuff. In all reality, though, that it is when, like, the thing that really hit me about crypto, I was low IQ in 2012 when I bought Bitcoin. I didn't see what was coming. 2017, I had the epiphany. Oh my gosh, you can't stop this. It's coming. And then when you're in this industry, this is what people don't understand. I know the vast majority of you guys are not in crypto every single day. You have jobs, you have families, you have other things you pay attention to. You're gamers, you love sports, whatever it might be. You're not on the inside of this industry. When you are on the inside of this industry, there's no question where this is going. There's no question. The only question is how fast and how far spread out is this going to move? It's not, is adoption coming? Guys, metaverse right now is in the same place that altcoins were in 2017. That's the tweet. I should tweet that. That's the tweet. Everybody's like, are these altcoins going to make it? They're all going to go to zero? Yeah, some did. Some didn't make it. But look, now where we're at. Look at a lot of those coins that were launched in 2017. Look how well they're doing. 2018. The space moved and it matured. Everybody thought there were scams in 2018, 2019. But now look, same thing with metaverse right now. Right now, metaverse, NFTs, they're all scams. Guess what? 4 years from now, you're going to look back and all the things that people were predicting for this space, for NFTs and metaverse, it's going to be developing. I do believe, though, it's probably 8 to 10 years before we have real metaverse adoption where people are using it. Price speculation will go up very high, I believe, in the next bull cycle. We're really probably about 8 years away from, having where gamers are switching over to playing metaverse. So it's a long time. All right. Matic, 37,000 dApps running on Polygon, which is 4 times the number at the start of 2022. So, guys, Polygon is the winner in Layer 2. Everything else is playing for second place right now. Independent Ethereum educator and advisor Anthony Sassano took to Twitter to clear up some of the confusion around Polygon. Below are a few highlights. POS chain is what people refer to as a side chain on Ethereum. According to Polygon's blog post, the number of monthly active teams, the most direct measure of developer activity on the Polygon chain, clocked over 11,800 at the time of July, or at the end of July, up just 8,000 from March. Polygon announced a South Korea-based publisher NeoWiz Game will be using Polygon to power its next-generation Web3 gaming platform. So there you go. Polygon's going to crush it. XRP Army, where is Snap Boogie? Snap Boogie wants to battle me. What do you want to battle me? Think I can't spit bars, bro? Think I can't spit bars? I'm not going to spit bars on the show. If you want to see some of my bars, you can watch 2 of my rap videos. Flippin' Friday. You see people in the comments that said, when you said Flippin' Friday, I went and watched it.
Yeah.
They said they laughed the whole time. It's a great rap song. Ripple Labs, interested in bankrupt crypto lenders, Celsius asset. Whoa.
I talked about this yesterday.
Whoa. This is big news right here.
It is. It's speculation, unconfirmed. Basically, what happened, the Ripple's attorneys started requesting documentation, even though they're not one of the major creditors. So there's not a lot of reason for them to be asking for the documents other than
This could be good.
potential interests.
This could be good if they bought this. Hey, and who's got enough money to cover, people? The question is, if it gets bought,
Then-
are the people that are buying it going to make a point to cover everybody's losses?
Right.
Because that's the only way they would be able to take that and move it to a useful
Positive.
business, I think, right?
Yeah, at least, and I don't know if they'd have to cover them 100% or just help,
Yeah.
like 60%. I think it has to be more than 50%.
Man, I sure would like to get some money back.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
be great.
And I'd like to put Alex Mashinsky in a chokehold. That'd be nice too. San Francisco-based blockchain payments company, Ripple Labs, which is embroiled. Can I fight Alex Mashinsky? Will he fight me, you think?
No.
You don't think he would fight me?
No.
Oh,
Why
he's
would he?
scared.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
old is he?
I don't know. Look, I don't care if he's old or not. After I whoop that man, people are going to be happy about it.
Yeah,
I don't care if 10 years from now he's 70. People are still going to be happy when I whoop that man.
I just don't think he'll agree to it.
Yeah, of course he won't agree to it. He disappeared. He's off the face of the planet right now.
Right.
He's back in some ivory tower where he's protected, by all the different shell companies that they have from being responsible for being a criminal. That's what he's doing. So I tell you what, imagine, SEC comes and arrests me. Who knows what, Then you got freaking Alex Mashinsky. He's arrested, and then we end up in prison, federal prison at the same time. You get one of those prison boxing movies. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody's like, they block off the guards, and then, you go in there. Does anybody remember what that prison boxing movie was? It was really good. So that's what I want to do. I mean, I will go to prison, specifically justified Alex Mashinsky. I will do that for you guys. Oh, my wife's like, no, she doesn't like that. Is that a bad idea, hun?
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. She said it's a bad idea. She doesn't want me to go to prison.
Undisputed?
What?
Undisputed?
Undisputed. That was a great movie. Really enjoyed that. Yeah. San Francisco payment company Ripple, yada, yada, yada. Celsius froze withdrawals in June, citing extreme market conditions, and filed for bankruptcy in New York last month, listing a $1.19 billion deficit on its balance sheet, which really, it's more than that because a lot of their money's tied up in Cell token that's absolutely worthless. Last week, lawyers for Ripple submitted filings to the bankruptcy court looking to be represented. A lawyer responded to represent Ripple, declined to comment. So let's see, Ripple total sale, 4.08 million in the second quarter. This is interesting stuff right here. I mean, if Ripple were to buy this, that would be very, very, very interesting. People would pay for that fight, they say. They want to see that. If you go to jail by Loopcoin, sir, you know the difference between jail and prison. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do Q&A.
All right.
Who's the most famous person in Ben's phone?
That was the one I was going to put.
Probably Jake Paul. Probably Jake Paul, I would think. Okay.
You have any quick hits while I collect
Sure.
some questions? All right, here's one.
Quick hits. Alex
Thoughts on-
Mashinsky, I'm coming for you.
Thoughts on BTC? You call it digital gold. I think it'd be capable of absorbing the world financial system. ETH is like the internet. I think world finance is way bigger than the internet.
Okay, so here's what I say to that.
Yeah.
Right now, to get to where Bitcoin can be the backbone of the financial system, it's like 50 years. It's a long time. And when that happens, Bitcoin's got to be so stable that you're able to use it to back stable coins pegged to Bitcoin. That's what's going to happen. That's the only way this is happening. Bitcoin as money does not work. Just like gold as money does not work. Why? People want to hold on to their gold. They don't want to spend their gold. That's why people came up with banknotes. That's why we came up with banknotes. That's why there was money pegged to gold. That's gone now. We're on fiat currency, which is literally worthless paper, right? And so when you look at Bitcoin, that's the way to make it work. It's too slow. It's too clunky to act on its own as the currency of the world. So that's my opinion on it. And I believe the internet is a bigger opportunity right now, or a second layer to the internet, which is Ethereum. I think it's a bigger opportunity. Go ahead.
And if he thinks world finance is the largest thing out there, most of the world's finance isn't built on gold. It's derivatives market. And that's what we've said the whole time. Stocks and derivatives on Ethereum make sense. And the derivatives market's way, call it fake money, but it's way bigger than what the gold is.
It's a quadrillion to $2 quadrillion.
Right. So look at the gold market cap and compare it to the derivatives market cap. And that's where that difference is.
All right. Next. You have any more?
Yes.
Let's do one more.
With the market being how it is right now, is it worth it to get into the metaverse or better to wait for a lower market, in your opinion?
That's a great question. Look, I think with altcoins right now, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've been telling you. Guys, there's a chance we've bottomed. I don't believe it's likely, but there's a chance. So, yes, you should be allocating some of your resources in case that's true. Because I tell you, me and Justin Williams were on the plane this morning, and he showed me the price of Ethereum, and I looked over at him, and he looked over at me, and I saw the look on his face. He ain't bought nothing since the prices have dropped. What if we bottomed? You want some exposure. Not all, not the majority, but you need to be smart and start putting some money in dollar cost averaging, doing a weighted dollar cost averaging where you put more in if the price goes down. Still keep it on a regular schedule, though. I think I created that, by the way. I came up with that. Nobody ever talks about that. Is that a thing? Weighted dollar cost averaging? Isn't that kind of defeating the purpose?
I mean, no. There's nothing that says it has to be the same. It's more
well,
about
that's the idea, though, that it's the same, that it leads to volatility. But if you're buying more when prices drop, you're only supercharging. As long as you're keeping more money on the sidelines to do it regularly, that's what I would do. So, all right, guys, that is all we got for today. I'm going to go hang out with my buddy Tricky Dick over here, Tricky Dicky. We're going to go out. We're going to eat some lunch, and I'm going to try talking him into giving me a Rolex. All right, that's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.